I'm Judi Brenstein. I'm a vice president with Groupon in our global services organization. My focus is on the support groups who support our customer and merchant experience, as well as on vendor management. And one of the support groups that I'm lucky enough to be involved in is the quality assurance group. Well, like any good company, Groupon cares a great deal about our customers and our merchants and the experience they have when they reach out to us for support. That can be challenging for any company when you have multiple queue types, many languages to conduct support in, and the ever-increased need to improve what you do. So while Groupon had a quality assurance group, Groupon also realized we needed a different tool than what we were using. We needed that tool to be able to input best practice monitorings and then be able to extract that data much more frequently and with certainty analyze for exactly what we could work on to make the improvements. Our number one goal was to find a quality management system that was COPC compliant, because having tools that base itself on one QA score, for instance, as some do, well, that doesn't break out QA into what is important to the customer and the merchant, what is important to the business, and what's important to compliance QA. It just wouldn't be sufficient to tell us what to do the different areas if we had one score. So in short, we weren't looking for some magical QA number. If you can just get this, you have great quality, so much as a tool to help us with the paradigm of quality in the experience. Well, we considered a lot of different tools, and we get pitched for QMS systems all the time. However, in the RFP process, even though more than one QMS responded, RevealCX was the only QMS that's COPC compliant. And in fact, when people ask me to look at their QMS system on any given day, my first question is always, are you COPC compliant? A great deal. We've been able to, even in the middle of a pandemic, make gains in CSAT, in merchant satisfaction, but even as opposed to the outcome performance, which I'm not discounting, it's allowed our quality group to know that they have the best tool possible, our operational managers to know what to work on operationally, and our customer experience and merchant groups to see which policies are working, which ones are causing a bigger failure point to resolution than we find acceptable for our customers and merchants. Likewise, we've been able to meet the needs of our internal groups, such as our individual rights team, to ensure we are compliant, we can prove it for protections such as GDPR or CCPA. Well, I would say our collaboration with Nextcom has been personalized and attentive with transparency throughout. We are able to have conversations with them about what is working for us, what isn't working, and what features we'd like to see next. No question, comment, or suggestions too small, and our dialogue is open and productive. Well, not only would I do all the time. So I have a lot of industry friends who tell me in frustration that their QA program seems to be a check the box exercise. Sometimes they wonder if they should just save their money instead. And what I always tell them is the best thing to do is to have a quality program that leads to better results. But to do that, you need to have a performance improvement framework for QA and a tool that supports that. And that's what RevealCX does. It's a good question. So it would need to be somebody who's serious about making improvements. The customers who want to have a quality program that leads to data that can be analyzed and tell you what to work on. And for those who realize that the only reason to have a quality program is to be able to make improvements and improve your customer satisfaction, your revenue, and ultimately your profit. And I'd say it is not for those who are looking for a magic tool or a magical QA number that means you are somehow good, and tell executives that you are A-OK on the quality front.